Hey, how's it going, everybody? My name is Magnum Martel, and let me pose you a question. Do you think that maybe, just hypothetically speaking, YouTubers, Twitch streamers, content creators from across the internet, people like me, people that do what I do, and people like Ninja, Dr. Disrespect, PewDiePie, etc., you get the idea. Do you think that we should have to pay companies that make video games a fee to stream their game? You know, basically a licensing contract. You are allowed to stream this game. Well, if you answered yes, you might be a fucking idiot, and you're not going to like what I have to say in this video. But if you answered no, congratulations, you just might be more intelligent than your average goldfish. Let's get right into it. So first, allow me to draw your attention to this little asinine tweet right here made by Alex Hutchinson, otherwise known as the creative director for Google Stadia. And I'm just saying, Google, if this is your creative director, it's no fucking wonder that the Stadia is an absolute goddamn failure. Especially considering it's a very ironic title for a guy, a creative director, when he's clearly against creativity. But Mr. Hutchinson here had to say, amazing to me that people are upset at someone saying that creators of content should be allowed to make some of the money from other people using their content for profit. Okay, and out of context, this seems like it makes total sense. If you created something and someone else is getting paid to use it or make it or do something with it, then you should probably be getting a little cut. In any other context, that would make absolutely perfect sense. So what's he bitching about here? Well, he's bitching about another tweet he made and the fact that he got ratioed real fucking hard for it. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you about it, full disclosure here. I don't really believe in the Twitter ratio thing. I don't believe that comments are inherently negative. In fact, I really just don't believe in the way they read ratios at all. In fact, I think that Twitter should just have a dislike button, and we should use that as a ratio, but you know, I don't make the fucking rules in the way people read into things. But the tweet in question would be this one, where Mr. Creative Director here had to say, streamers worried about getting their content pulled because they used music that they didn't pay for, and they should be more worried about the fact that they're streaming games they didn't pay for as well. Which, you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and be the one to fucking say it. If I bought a fucking game, if I paid that $60 price tag, or $30 price tag, or hell, if I paid $1 price tag, I bought the game. That means I bought the game. I should be allowed to fucking stream it. I paid for the right to play it and do what I want with it. That's not all he had to say. No, of course not. He goes on to say, it's all gone as soon as publishers decide to enforce it. And for those of you who aren't caught up, Twitch recently got hit with the fact that they now have to start enforcing DMCA claims on copyrighted music. So a lot of streamers, especially big and popular and successful creators, usually in like the pre-stream lobby, which is where they just have some kind of screen up and the stream isn't started, but there's a countdown. Stuff like that is something a lot of people do so that their viewers have time to get their shit together and get sat down and prepare to watch. They play music, and a lot of this music ends up being copyrighted, and Twitch otherwise let them get away with it. And you know what? I'm fine with the fact that that's finally being enforced, because here on YouTube, it's been something that us creators have had to deal with for years. The music industry is a very corrupt and destructive place, and when it comes to making sure that they have their paycheck, they will do anything and everything to make sure you're not using music without special permissions, even if it falls under fair use. I mean, fair use, technically a 30-second part of a song is acceptable. A spoof of a song where you change lyrics is acceptable, but they will still copyright it. The music industry has a lot of money, a lot of power, and a lot of big lawyers, and they abuse the fuck out of it. And it's something that a lot of people have been trying to do something about for a very long time. But as of right now, streamers can't do that anymore, and a lot of them have been going back and deleting old content due to copyrighted music. Me personally, I'm gonna be honest about it, I try to avoid copyrighted music in general unless it's like the soundtrack of the game I'm playing, in which case I don't care if they claim it. They can have the revenue for that. To me, that doesn't really bother me all that much. But in my commentary, where I otherwise don't use sound very often, besides the sound of my voice, I don't want them claiming that. That is where I will fight. Let's continue on. Alex, being the absolute fuck-ass that he is, wasn't done quite yet. He added another tweet to it where he got ratioed even fucking harder. The real truth is, streamers should be paying the developers and publishers of the games they stream, which we do. It's called buying the fucking game. They should be buying a license like any real business and paying for content that they use. Now, Alex is in total denial here, but let me tell you, dear viewer, something that a lot of people have pointed out in the fucking heart ratio he received here. Do you understand how this business works? Do you understand how this content creation thing works? Because that's not how it works. The way it works is you buy the fucking game, you can stream the fucking game. Now, there are some games out there, some developers that don't want you to stream the game, like Atlas doesn't let you stream Persona. There are ways around it, but they will claim it and try to have it taken down. But, which, you know what, most people don't like that, and I don't agree with that either. They justify it by saying they don't want the story spoiled because it's a one-and-done kind of game, but the thing is, people want to watch that. But for the most part, most developers see it as, hey, you bought and paid for the game, you can stream it. And this is one of the things that we want to avoid in at least the content creation industry. We don't want publishers of video games coming in, these greedy motherfuckers, and saying, you can't stream this game because you didn't pay for a license. Well, I kind of did. I bought a copy of the game. Digital or physical, technically speaking, I did pay for a license. How it works is that I buy the game, I can stream and do a let's play and do whatever else I want with it. That's why content creators like me exist. Famous, huge, popular creators like PewDiePie, that's how we make our career. That's how they made their career. Some people, like, as much as I hate him, that piece of shit Ninja, they even get paid to play certain games. You think Apex Legends would be the size it is if it wasn't for him? Hell no. They paid big money to have popular people like him stream it to get attention on it. And then some people decided to play it because of it. Some of these games, that's literally their publicity. Otherwise, it's free advertising, even if they don't pay for it. Like, if I stream Doom Eternal, that's free advertising. One person who watches me play it, that's one more person who just might buy the fucking game. You know, at first I was kind of surprised that he said something this fucking stupid, especially considering he's a creative director for not only Google Stadia, but has done a wide variety of games in the past. He has a couple of them on his bio, like Assassin's Creed 3, which, by the way, that doesn't surprise me at all if he's this dumb, because it was the worst Assassin's Creed in the entire fucking franchise, and I say that as a hardcore Assassin's Creed fan who's even already bought the newest one. But then I saw this little number right here. Why do Japanese demons always feel like something from Epstein's hard drive?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
So in other words, the motherfucker, I mean, it doesn't surprise me, he works at Google and has a position of control within the company, is a fucking social justice warrior. I'm not surprised in the fucking slightest. I'm really not. This should be an episode of AFNO, for fuck's sake. You know, why is it dumbasses like this, fucking stupid people, dumb, just absolute idiotic human beings like this, who have managed multiple failed projects, and one or two actually decent ones, but otherwise, even if they were successful, not well-received projects, it is the vast majority of the roster, not only continue to have a position in the industry, but continue to get work within the industry. Meanwhile, there is hard-working people who actually care about the gaming industry, who actually care about video games, who actually fucking want to do something, who can't fucking even get in. Why? I don't understand what in the flying fuck is wrong with the gaming industry that it keeps these incompetent fucking imbeciles like Alex here. But it can't even remotely consider someone who's qualified but also gives a damn. No. Content creators should not be paying publishers to stream video games or to do let's plays of video games. That will ruin entire careers. The concept of fair use would be completely destroyed. The line's already blurry enough. The line's already fucking caught between still a thing and doesn't exist anymore because of the music industry. But yet, here we fucking are. Then there's people who fucking false DMCA claim whenever you criticize them. I wouldn't be surprised if Alex is one of those people too. But for fuck's sake! It's infuriating. Alex, you got ratioed. And you can do one of three things. Well, you've already made your choice, but there are three ways to respond to that. Delete it, pretend it didn't happen, which usually doesn't work. admit you made a fucking mistake and it was a bad take, or, you know, what you did, and that's pretend that it was a good take and people just don't understand. I understand what it's like to be surrounded by idiots. I really do. I get there are some people out there who don't know as well as you about things, even though they think they do. I had a disagreement the other day with a guy who says that companies never fire someone to save face, but they only do it when they have a good reason, and we all know that that's not fucking true. Clearly that person has never worked a real job a day in their life. But even when you're surrounded by idiots, sometimes you have bad takes. Like, I know that that person's wrong, and they don't know that. But maybe I could have explained it better. But no. You decided to just have a bad take, get fucking ratioed, and then be a dick about it. If I were in charge of Google, I'd have fired your ass right now. I'd have said, look, you can't be doing that. You can't be saying things like that. I fired you after Stadia failed anyway, because it's at least partly your fault. Ladies and gentlemen, the fucking director of Google goddamn Stadia. The failed streaming-only service, because no one wants gaming to go streaming-only. As much as these companies wish it would, as much as they want it to, it won't. Not if people like me still exist and have anything to say about it. But saying that we, content creators, people like me, who don't even have enough money to afford a decent microphone and a good PC to stream my fucking games on. I still run my shit through my fucking Xbox until I have enough money to buy that new computer I want. Yeah. How am I supposed to pay a fucking licensing fee that can be thousands of dollars, depending on how much stuff you're licensing out to me, when I can't even afford that? We're not all fucking Ocasio-Cortez and can buy a streaming setup just to get fucking clout, attention, and votes. We're not all fucking Alinity who can sell her nudes on OnlyFans and make $5,000 in a week. Some of us are just hard-working people with day jobs, busting our ass every fucking day, trying to make something of ourselves, while trying to do this for, one, as a hobby, but some of us also want to make a career out of it, and that's really fucking hard. For those who have already succeeded, yeah, it'll be real easy for them to afford licensing fees, but for those who are just starting out, or for people like me who don't even make money off of it, who are just doing it because we like doing it, who are doing it because maybe in the future I can make a few bucks and I can put it back into this thing I like doing, but for us that's not possible. We can't do that. And I know I use this exact example a lot in my videos, but god damn it, it's fucking true. If you've never done this, you don't know how hard it can be, and how it's, it's like 80% luck, 10% skill, maybe 10-20% content in a mix in there. It's it's mostly luck. You can't make it successful. You can do it for 8 fucking years like I have and get nowhere. Or you could do it for a fucking month and be the biggest motherfucking name in the world. You never know how it's gonna go. It depends on how lucky you are and what you did, how much attention it gets. There are little things you can do, but for the most part, most of us don't make that kind of money. There are people who do this and they make enough to make a living. But then there are people who do this and are way bigger than me, and they still have to have a day job. Alex, I don't know why you think people can afford those kind of licensing fees. If Twitch streamers can't afford to pay for licensed music and have to delete a bunch of old stuff, how do you think it fucking feels to have to pay for that? We can't all be the director of Google goddamn Stadia and get paid to sit in a fucking office and do nothing all day but bitch about what Japanese demons look like on the internet. Fuck you, Alex. Fuck you. Hey, thanks for watching, everybody. Please leave a like if you enjoyed, or a dislike if you didn't. It don't really matter to me. But let me know down in the comments below what you think of Alex's otherwise nuclear bad take, and if you are indeed smarter than your average goldfish, or if you got the monkey brain and actually agree with him. Please don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to check out my Twitter and give me a follow, and my Twitch and give me a follow over there, where I will not be paying licensing fees to stream fucking video games that I paid a $60 price tag just to be able to fucking play it. I'm actually in the process of doing 2 Let's Plays. I'm doing Oddworld New and Tasty and The Ancient Gods Part 1, the Doom Eternal DLC. So if you think you'd enjoy that, please give me a follow and keep your eyes open for when I go live. And as always, if you like the background footage here on this video of this glorious, beautiful game where you play as a shark called Maneater, please go check out my other channel, Black Air Productions, where I upload all of my public stock footage. And I will see you in the next video.